live from the Dunkin Latte Lounge.
Nick Gomez from Z100 New York in the virtual Dunkin Latte Lounge with someone you may recognize from quite a few places. She's in LA right now. Please welcome Juliana Chahayed. Hi.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me on here. I appreciate it.
Of course. And I got that right. You're in LA right now?
Yep, LA.
Love that. I'm so sorry for the time difference on that. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. No, I wake up at like 7 a.m. I'm up way earlier than this. I work at a coffee shop, so.
Okay, well, perfect for the Dunkin Latte Lounge.
Exactly.
She knew the assignment.
We knew.
So based in LA, you're 23 years old. You've had quite the music career so far. Have quite the following online as well. Almost 41,000 followers on TikTok, for 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and 400,000 streams on Spotify. Incredible. We love to hear it.
Oh, thank you.
And I definitely want to get to your like success online and in streaming in a little bit, but like backtrack to where it all began. So you started singing when you were 7, right?
Yes. So it started actually with my mom put my younger sister in singing lessons, and I got like, I don't know if it was, I was a little jealous or inspired, a little bit of both. I was like, I want to try it too. So, yeah, so she put me in singing lessons also. And I just was taking lessons for like most of my childhood, doing like, performances in like middle school, high school, and all that stuff. But yeah, and then switched through a couple teachers, and then, when I was around 15, I switched to a vocal coach, Tony Kaza, who like changed my whole like view on singing. But she helped me kind of prep for something that I kind of wanted to try for a while. I auditioned for American Idol,
Mm-hmm.
and I was about, yeah, and I was 15, like I like just hit the cutoff age for like they kind of like just announced like, oh, okay, like now like we can have younger people audition and stuff. And like ever since I was super little, like my dad was always watching like singing shows or competitions and all that stuff on TV, and I was always like kind of there like on the side watching too. But yeah, so that was a crazy like life-changing experience. It was the season where the judges were Mariah Carey, Nicki Minaj, Keith Urban, Randy Jackson. It was really cool. It was fun.
I would imagine so. And I think anybody watching a show that's like that massive with somebody so young, like wonders, how did you become so in touch with music and like creativity at such a young age?
Yeah, so I mean, kind of backtracking, back to being put in lessons and all that stuff too, like just because I wanted to try it out. But my older brother Roger, he's been playing piano like his whole life. My parents put him in lessons when he was probably like 5 years old. But yeah, he was on the show also here, but he is a producer. He's done some like amazing songs that you guys probably have heard on the radio and stuff, which is insane to me. But yeah, so like obviously Roger is a huge inspiration. My sister Andrea, who also sings and writes music, like my family, I don't know, everybody is, doing some sort of art, whether it's like music or like my other sisters do like painting and drawing and all that stuff too. So I think it's just like we're constantly inspiring each other.
Yeah, that's so cool to have that kind of creativity like run in the family. Unfortunately, it doesn't run in my family, so I've got to be like the semi-artist, but I can't imagine how like creative the whole family's got to be, how great that feels to like be able to bounce things off of each other.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's fun. Sometimes like it's like too chaotic. There's like you and then this in the other room, and it's just like, or like when Roger used to live at home, it was like there was always like beautiful piano like in the background. He was always practicing, and like that was something that was just like there was always somebody like working on something. Growing up in our house, like someone always practicing for something, recording a video, doing whatever. But yeah, it's definitely like kind of shaped me into like the musician I am today. And like I feel really grateful that like my parents were super supportive, because there's not a lot, like there are some parents that are okay with that, but like when it's all like I have like 4 other siblings, so it's like I feel like from a parent's POV, it's like, oh my gosh, none of my kids want to be like doctors or like I don't know this or that. It's like no, my
Like not another one.
yeah, no, they were so like supportive, and like they're like follow your dreams, like we'll help you with whatever you need, with like driving you to lessons or like, you know, all that stuff. But yeah,
That's
it's
amazing. That's perfect. And I mean, I'm sure that like this is not as like shocking and awe-inspiring to you coming from a musical family, but I am like constantly in awe of people who can like write lyrics or write songs. And I always wonder what that process looks like. And like so many of us have like gotten in touch with our creativity, especially over like the last year and a half, being inside and trying to express ourselves different ways. And so like, what does your process look like? Like, how do you go from nothing to a song just like so satisfying as Yellow?
so well, for instance, with Yellow, if I want to break down the songwriting process for that one, so it was me, Roger, and then a couple of his friends. Actually, my guitar teacher like taught me when I was like 12. Like he was in the room too. And he works with Roger on music a lot all the time. Wes, and then our friend Alda. Yeah, so it was just kind of us in the room. Roger started some ideas on the keys. And honestly, it's just kind of it almost starts as if it's like just a jam session kind of. Everyone's just kind of like throwing one idea into the pot, and it's like whatever clicks first with everybody, like then you take that idea and go with it. I'll just kind of like sing or hum along some melodies on top of that, and someone's like, wait, keep singing that. Like it's like but yeah, so I feel like that's kind of how it goes in like a collaborative, like in a group session. It's kind of like that, where you know, once those ideas start like clicking with everyone, then you just hit record, hit loop, and then it all kind of just takes off from there. But yeah, so I just had like, it was funny because me and Alda, we both had like our notes or journal where we're just writing lyric ideas, and we're like, okay, let's write some like separate ideas. We're not going to show each other yet, and then we'll try to see if we can like combine our ideas at the end. And then it kind of ended up being, you know, about like something really like the theme was like really similar, which was cool. So yeah, we wrote that song, I'd say maybe in like 3 hours. Yeah. It was so
Wow.
fun. It was probably trying to think how many, oh my gosh, it might have been like 2 years ago now. I don't even know how much time has passed with COVID. Like time is just a blur.
Oh my God.
But
Yeah. I have no idea what last year was. Was it 2019? Was it 2018?
I
Who
know.
knows?
Exactly.
But
Oh my
what I do love so much is that you do share a little bit of behind the scenes on your social media, especially on TikTok. Like we get a little bit like a behind the scenes of how you make your covers. And what I loved seeing, because now we're mutuals on, I think, TikTok and
yes.
Instagram. What I loved seeing was the behind the scenes of the music video for Yellow and what it was like to make a music video as an indie artist. So can you talk a little bit about that process?
Yeah, of course. So my boyfriend's brother, he does filmmaking and stuff. We were actually in film class together in high school. He's super talented. His name's Noah Kentis. But yeah, so I kind of had an idea to do a music video. I wasn't really sure exactly what it would be about. So I approached Noah, and we started off with like a little Pinterest like mood board, and we're just like, okay, like this is how the song like looks to us. Like we just it was kind of like a clash of like mythical creatures and kind of like an old, I don't know, like a vintage feel to it almost. So then we started kind of coming up with an idea for maybe like a story behind the characters, which I was kind of, I wanted that to be portrayed through like their looks and stuff too. So yeah, we kind of have this this blue like devil character, and then my friend Lewis, he's kind of like this like Joker-esque type character with like a brown suit, and he has like a little like drama mask, and so those characters are kind of, symbolizing the like, the bad thoughts that, are portrayed in like the lyrics and stuff. And we wanted those characters to kind of go out into the real world and like kind of have a little like juxtaposition between like, okay, like fantasy versus reality. And then our other friend Priscilla is this like beautiful, like dancing, like kind of like a clown. So yeah, we ended up having like planning out 3 or 4 different days to shoot. And Noah was like, I kind of want to try like shooting this on film, which is crazy because like you don't really know like what you're shooting until you develop all the film. Like,
Yeah.
so we did some of it on film, and he had another like camera from like the 90s, like that's like kind of to add on to the old like vintagey like feel to it. But yeah, so the first day I think we just did all like my performance scenes. We went to this like cool like warehouse in downtown. We had a couple other people, some of Noah's friends on the crew also helping. And yeah, it was like 4 hours of just like us with a fog machine. We're just like, okay, let's crank out as many like performance shots that we can. And then so the interesting part of this too is one of the days we shot my friend Kyle. He was dressed as the Blue Devil, and we shot him all throughout like the valley and stuff. And at the end of the day, we're like, oh wait, no, it's not with Kyle. I'm sorry. There's too many moments in this video. It was with Lewis. So Lewis is like the Joker character.
Okay.
And we shot Lewis like doing a bunch of like stuff in the valley, and he's also in like the warehouse scenes. And I was like, okay, Lewis, we need you to be in a shot with Danny Trejo. Like how that came about was my dad's been like a friend of Danny Trejo's for like a really long time. Like I don't know, the story goes like far, like don't ask. It's kind of like random.
Yeah, dads have all of those stories. It's just better if you don't ask and let them live on with whatever it is.
Exactly. But we're like, Dad, like, do you think Danny like would be down to be in our video? Like, I don't know, is it weird? Like, could you ask? And he was so excited. He asked, and Danny was like, of course. And we were kind of shocked. Like, we didn't really think he was gonna say yes. So
yeah, that's a totally unexpected like celebrity cameo.
I know, it's like the most random one that you could think of. But I feel like Danny kind of fits in really well with it because he's literally like the icon for like bad guys in movies, you know?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
like we were like, okay, why don't we have one of our like bad guys kind of like meet with him for a second, and then like I don't know, he just like screams at him and runs off. Like, so yeah, we shot with Danny. It was so quick. We shot with him for like 20 minutes, and we're like, okay, like we'll be out of your hair now.
We'll leave you
Like,
alone. We'll leave you alone now.
exactly. And then of course afterwards, my dad was there, and he was like, all right, like my sister was there with me too, and he's like, you guys need to sing for Danny. It was an awkward like class presentation or something. We're just like, what do we sing?
Another thing dads are king of, just strange stories and concocting awkward situations.
Exactly. So that happened. And I have a video of that somewhere too. I think I posted a little bit on TikTok of that also. But yeah, so it was just a bunch of like fun days of kind of going out to different areas in the valley or downtown LA, and just, kind of just like shooting the beauty of like the city, and just kind of having these characters just like naturally react to how, I don't know, how they would if they first like left that like fantasy world into reality. But yeah, so that was probably like a couple weeks process of shooting the video, and then Noah edited it and started, promoting on TikTok and all that stuff and like everything else. And yeah, it's just living on YouTube. You can watch it. Just type in Yellow music video.
Yes, please do. It's honestly, the film came out well. It was a good experiment. It came out well. It looks amazing. And it's so cool that you're able to do that with friends, because then you can go out and just like have the fun and like create things with people that you love creating with. Another
Exactly.
thing that is like massive on your socials that you're like kind of known for now is your covers. And
Yes.
I have to say, you have excellent taste. Casey
Thank you.
Musgraves, Claro, FK Twigs, Kelly Uchis, come on.
Aw, thank you.
Is there
um,
like a specific criteria for like determining songs that you cover? Is it just like stuff that you love, stuff that's trending?
I think mainly it's just stuff that I love. Like, that's part of the reason why, like, sometimes, like, on my YouTube channel, I'm a little bit like slower with like uploading covers, just because I'm like, I do want it to come like naturally, or it's like a song that I've been listening to for a while. Even if it's like a new song that I just like fall in love with right away, and I'll try to like learn it quickly. But yeah, it kind of just comes naturally. Whatever like I feel like covering, I guess. Um, but usually I'll just like pull up chords on Ultimate Guitar Tab and like turn them into like little jazzier versions. And people are like, "Where did you find those chords?" And I'm like, "It's literally just I just look up Ultimate Guitar Tab chords. Like it's not special anyway." But
No, take all the credit. Take it all. If they're gonna give it to you, take all the credit.
oh my gosh, yeah. But yeah, I mean, posting covers has really helped to grow just like my style musically. I think like I've definitely found out the style that I like writing more, and just like, the songs that I cover are like songs that I wish that I've written. But yeah, and I think it's also just helped to, like there's always like people that will comment like, "Oh my gosh, like I found like so many new artists I never like knew about before, like because of this cover," or it's just like, "I'm going through a really rough time right now and this cover has helped me so much." But yeah, it's crazy how like music can just, even just like having a platform on YouTube can just really like reach people like that, and it's really powerful.
Yeah, it's so fun to hear different spins on your favorite songs. Like
Definitely.
especially on Sophia, like when Claro
Oh
comments
my
on
gosh.
YouTube.
Oh my gosh, I know. Yeah, it was crazy. So, okay, so I covered that Clara song on TikTok, and I did like a little like more like emo pop punk spin on it, and that went like mini viral on there. But then I was looking on my YouTube channel, and I noticed that Claro had commented on one of my videos like 3 or 4 years ago on like a Redbone cover. And it was like wonderful. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, how did I not notice this until now?" It was like all the way like hidden down somewhere in the sea of comments, but it was so cool just kind of like to bring it like full circle.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so enough about everybody else's music. On to yours. We talked a little bit about Yellow. That's your most recent single out earlier this year. We've also got another song out called Hotel Lobby, which I believe is part of a separate project. So
Yeah.
can you tell me a little bit about like what those songs mean to you? Is there also anything we should be on the lookout for maybe?
Yes, definitely. So, also like, wow, like thank you for being like on top of that. Like, cause I was gonna mention it later, but like you already knew. I love that. But yeah, so Hotel Lobby is pretty much the first of like of many that we have. Like we have an EP planned, me and my boyfriend Avery. We've kind of been working on some like electronic, kind of like drum and bass inspired songs for like the past year. And kind of started out just for fun. And then we just kept making more and more. And we're like, wait, this is actually becoming something. Like, we should actually put these out. So yeah, we had a bunch of them like already kind of like finished, not completely done. But Hotel Lobby was pretty much done. I'm like, okay, like we got to put this one out first. Like it feels right. Before we put it out though, I was like, let's make a TikTok page for our artist name. We came up with the artist name Banks and Mary. And I teased the song on that page, and I had a couple videos before that like were whatever. They didn't do that well. TikTok, you never know with the algorithm, like
Yeah.
it's always like a lottery. And then I was at work and I kind of just filmed myself like doing work things and like talking about the song and teasing it a little bit. And that video like blew up, which was like, we were not expecting that. And then we're like, oh my gosh, we have to put the song out. Like, we don't have it out. So we kind of rushed to get, we did like the cover art and stuff with, again, Noah, who shot the video, Yellow. And we got the song out probably like a week later, and it's doing like pretty well, I think. But yeah, last week actually we just went to downtown with Noah. He brought a little like another old like kind of camera with a cool like fisheye lens, and we're like, let's make a little music video for your hotel lobby.
Incredible. Love it.
Yeah, so we went to a bunch of really cool, like kind of old, but also like modern looking buildings and stuff. And we're just kind of shooting some performance shots and stuff like that, and just kind of us walking around. So we're going to be editing that soon and releasing that. And then we have a couple other singles that we're going to release before we put the EP out. So yeah, just keep an eye on like Spotify and TikTok, and I'll be sharing it when everything's going to be coming out.
Sick. Yeah, we're really excited for it. Now, I mean, we're looking into the future at your future releases. And also, no matter how far out it may be, we're all really excited to get back to live music and finally seeing people in person. So I have to ask, this is one of my questions. What is your dream venue to play one day? Like, no matter how big or small.
Okay. Well, I've always loved seeing shows at the Hollywood Bowl. Like, I feel like that would be so fun. That's probably like everyone's dream venue. But, like, I don't know. I feel like that'd be like, that's where I first saw like, I saw My Chemical Romance there. They're like one of my first bands that I ever seen play live when probably like 10 years ago now or something. So like, I don't know, I feel like that venue has a special place in my heart just because that was like my first experience going to like a real like show. And yeah, I would just love to play there one day. It'd be cool.
That'd be sick. And my next question is, what is your dream lineup or venue to see someone at? But I think we got the answer there. Maybe My Chemical Romance back at the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah, well, I got tickets for them to see them again when they did the reunion announcement, and me and my sisters all got tickets, and we were like, okay, wait, should we? There was a show in December that they had before they actually, like, I guess, announced a tour, and we're like, oh no, should we get tickets for that one? Like, we ended up like skipping out on that one. And I guess that was like the only one that they did here right before they announced tickets, and then before everything got canceled with COVID. So
well, it'll come back again.
Exactly. That's like the big concert that I'm looking forward to after COVID. So that comes full circle too.
There's light at the end of the tunnel. We love.
Exactly.
So I mean, you mentioned earlier that you work at a coffee shop, and since we are in the Dunkin Latte Lounge, you're probably a really good person to ask this question to. What is your go-to coffee order?
Okay. We have this drink. You mean at my work or at like Dunkin?
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
Probably at Dunkin. But what's your go-to coffee?
Okay, so I don't know. There's a lot. I kind of just like a lot of sweet coffees. It depends on what I'm feeling. I do love like iced lattes, like iced caramel lattes. But I don't know if you've ever put like maple syrup in a latte. Like it's
no,
the
I
best.
haven't.
It's the best thing ever. There's a latte that we make with maple syrup and oat milk, and it's literally like, it's like chef's. It's so good. Oh my god.
I literally have my Dunkin right here. I might go put some maple syrup in this after I get up.
You gotta put like the real maple syrup, not like the like IHOP like maple syrup. It's so good though. Oh my god.
Straight from the tree. We'll take it straight from the tree.
Exactly. But yeah, I've also kind of been getting into like chai tea like lately just because it's so cozy. It has that like wintry fall feel to it.
Oh yeah. And that'll give you a real kick. You'll be wired for a little while on that.
Oh my gosh, yes. Honestly, like I'm discovering like different types of coffees lately that I'm like, whoa, like nitro cold brew, like that
Mhm.
gives me a kick too. And like, yeah, I'm obsessed with coffee. As of course I work at a coffee shop, so you can see why.
Sweet. So, listen, it's been so great talking to you. Before we go, you're going to perform a few songs for us, right?
Yes.
And
Excited.
fingers crossed that eventually we'll have you come to New York City so we can do this in person and not through
Oh
a
my gosh.
screen.
That would be amazing. We can get coffee.
Yes, please. Oh my God. Listen, so before you perform, shout out your socials. Let us know where we can find you, where we can find all your music and everything, because we definitely want to support.
Yeah, you guys can find me. Just type in Juliana Chahayed. My last name's a little like I have to spell it out. Sometimes it's a little hard to spell. Chahayed. But yeah, you guys can find me everywhere with that tag. Spotify, TikTok, Twitch, even yeah, everywhere. Pretty much YouTube.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. Listen, it's been so great talking to you, and I can't wait to see you perform.
Thank you so much.
What's your favorite song? I'll play it for you on guitar, sing it for you when you're blue. Add some shades of green to match the mood. Oh, tell me something good. I love that you're an open book. When you talk, I gotta smile. Haven't felt like this for a while. Closer, I could have what I want, but I'ma show ya. It's a shot in the dark, I'll still aim for ya. Oh, if you're in the mood, why don't you get a little closer, closer? I don't wanna rush, but I'm just trying to be upfront, saying things that I'll regret. Yeah, I know my cheeks are turning red, getting closer. I could have what I want, but I'ma show ya. It's a shot in the dark, I'll still aim for ya. Oh, if you're in the mood, why don't you get a little closer, closer? Passing all stop signs, you're the only green light. You could be my sunrise after every long night. Passing all stop signs, you're the only green light. You could be my sunrise after every long night. Closer, I could have what I want, but I'ma show ya. It's a shot in the dark, I'll still aim for ya. Oh, if you're in the mood, why don't you get a little closer, closer? I remember it like it was yesterday. We sat in meadows of falling leaves as you turned to me to say it will all be okay. Well, I need you today to remind me, because the sky is less blue without you. My summers are a little bit colder. It's true, I can't keep pretending that everything is fine. I played your favorite song for the 100th time. I still remember how it made you smile. On the worst of days, I would turn to you and say it will all be okay. But if I could go hold you for one more night. 'Cause there's still words left unsaid, so many moments of solitude instead, thinking of what we could be. So much world we didn't see. I remember it like it was yesterday. Now I'm standing where we used to be. As I turn around, I almost couldn't believe you were standing there next to me. My pride, my shame, my soul, you have it all on hold. Why must you make this harder than it already is? 'Cause with you it's hit and miss. I'm new to acting like this, pushing me to flip my switch. My ride or die, just choose one side. I'm waking up to a crazy thought, like you don't even want my love when I know I'm all you want. I can't help it, thinking that there's something wrong, but I might just be the way you talk. You won't even look my way. Am I just selfish to want your attention? Don't leave me hanging. I don't fuck with the suspension. I want your attention. Why do I even try? I'm not the type to pry. Why must you make this? Taking every chance you get just to leave it all instead. Now I'm used to acting like this, pushing me to flip my switch. My ride or die, just choose one side. I'm waking up to a crazy thought, like you don't even want my love when I know I'm all you want. I can't help it, thinking that there's something wrong, but it might just be the way you talk. You won't even look my way. Am I just selfish to want your attention? Don't leave me hanging. I don't fuck with the suspension. I want your attention.
To see more videos like this, check out DunkinLatteLounge.com. And if you're posting on social, use the hashtag Dunkin Latte Lounge.